Hey everybody, Norm over here, and I've got two of the most talented guys I know. In fact, their name is Tallent. We got Isaac Tallent, and then we got his old man over here, Garry.
Oh man, wait a minute.
Yeah, you know, so, and if you guys are Springsteen fans, you'll know that this is Bruce Springsteen's bass player in the E Street Band. You've got solo records. Tell us, you have a solo record and you're working on another one right now?
Oh, I put one out a couple years ago, Break Time, which was the answer to the question, what do you do during your breaks?
Well, right now Bruce has got a show on Broadway,
Well,
right?
yeah, so I'm doing another record now, and I guess it's going to be called Get Back to Work. I haven't quite figured that out.
That's simple. That's simple. You know, you gotta keep it simple for us old guys. But we love a lot of old R&B and stuff. And whenever Garry comes in, he's an old friend. We talk about old R&B. We were talking about William Bell, who had a
Thanks
fantastic
for turning me on
record.
to that. That's lovely.
A record that John Leventhal produced, and it was just about 3 years ago. William Bell is like the old school at Stax, was one of the greatest singers ever to come out of Stax, and he had this new record. I knew Garry would like it, so we were in there playing it and loving it.
And getting goosebumps.
There you go. Great singing and just really well-produced record. John Leventhal killed it. What a great producer. Played the great guitar, sounded like Steve Cropper on steroids, and just really great stuff. And this is his son, Isaac, over here.
How's it going?
And Isaac is also a bass player, and you have some stuff happening too. What do you do?
I'm a music manager as well as a producer. My company's called Tallent Incorporated. Hence,
Well, there you go. That's keeping it
pretty good, am I right? Pretty good. Most people think it's a typo on the business card, but it is not a typo. There's 2 L's in Tallent. But anyways, I got a couple of artists that I work with, and basically what I do is I handle all their logistics, staffing, everything. They basically they get a splinter, you know what I'm saying? You call me, like you go into the hospital, you call me. You need help, you call me. It's me.
That's what a manager does.
Exactly,
right?
exactly. So. Yeah.
Well, welcome to the world of music.
Thank you. Yeah, excuse me. You're gonna have to bleep that one out.
So a lot of the guys like divas, where they're bugging you over a little.
Oh my God! Don't even get me started about these artists. Oh my God! Artists are the worst.
Be careful what you say.
Don't get me wrong.
Not his artist.
I am an artist, but we are the worst population. I have people releasing songs without even telling me on YouTube and SoundCloud too. Stop what you're doing. We need to make money off of this. This is ridiculous.
See, this is why you folks need a manager.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and he's probably seen all the mistakes that Garry made when he was a young man.
Oh, of course.
And, hopefully the old man tells him, gives him
He doesn't listen to me. You got to learn for yourself.
You mean your son doesn't listen to you?
Imagine that.
Boy, that's
Imagine that.
that.
You know what?
Can
I
believe
resent that, but
I resemble that remark.
Thank you. So are they hip hop artists? Or what is
mainly hip hop and R&B, and just recently I've picked up a new electronic artist. She's kind of like Ellie Goulding, but actually good, She's got a
Ellie, we like you, Ellie.
I'm not a big, but
all right.
How do you know who she is?
Really, really soulful and different. Because personally, it's just not like anything you've really ever heard before. It's like hearing almost. No, I wouldn't want to compare to Aretha Franklin because you can't compare anybody to Aretha Franklin. Right. But it's almost like hearing
that's a good
an
thing.
Aretha
So
Franklin. Yeah,
just
exactly.
saying that.
Exactly. It's almost
he gets
like
points
hearing,
in my book right there for saying that.
Almost like hearing an Aretha Franklin on an electronic song. It's really cool. She's got a real soulful voice. Yeah.
So, and you're going to be working on this new album now for a while. Anybody on there that I would know, or any of my friends?
No, it's all pals from Nashville. A lot of the people who were on the first record. The first record is kind of more like a 50s rockabilly kind of thing, and this one is more like a garage, 1966 cheesy organ and fuzz tones and stuff.
There you go.
And I'm just having fun with it. But yeah, just pals.
And maybe one of these times you'll have my buddy Rick Vito play on one of those?
Well, he has volunteered, and I said, okay.
Rick is really great, and one of the all-time great slide players, but he's a great R&B player, and rockabilly, and he plays all that kind of stuff. So, and anything that Garry does, I put my stamp of approval. Man's got great taste. So it's really good having you guys in here. Gary's an old friend, and it's always great when he stops by. Noodle a little bit for us. Do a little something, and you do a little something, and then,
I don't think we've ever done anything
Yeah,
like
what is
that.
noodling?
Well,
I'm just
you know,
kidding.
Well, this is the old joke.
Yeah, I was gonna say this actually.
The kid has 2 lessons, and he learns. And he didn't show up for the 3rd lesson. And he's out
all
like
they
till
need to
4
know.
o'clock in the morning. And his father says, "You didn't show up for your lesson, and you've been out all night. What's going on?" I said, "Got a gig."
there you go.
Yeah, that's the one. You can go first.
Do a little bit, Gary.
Age
Just,
before
anything, anything.
Bass solo.
Not a solo, you know what.
I tell you, I'll play since I'm
That's a Hofner
featuring this
reissue?
little Hofner bass. I'll play
You
my.
like a lot of light, smaller basses and stuff.
He's a light,
Yeah.
smaller guy.
I'm tired of breaking my back for that, but I'll play my favorite, one of my favorite Paul McCartney lines. I think it's genius. Dear Prudence, there's no dots on the thing, but I might have to look. How's it start? Pure genius of Paul McCartney, one of my
Absolutely.
favorites.
You like upright bass, kind of has that kind of uprighty kind of thing.
I always thought it was a fretless that he was using, but he just had that touch.
And then going to the whippersnapper over here to the kid.
Yeah, he knows
Yeah.
all that
Oh,
stuff,
that
and I don't know.
Noodling jazz. Yeah, I kind
See that? And he's doing it without frets. That's like being on the high wire without a net, right?
I prefer fretless, honestly. It just
There you go. It helps you slide around and all that
exactly
kind
it's
of
better
stuff.
for me.
Well, it's always great to have you in here, Gary. You're an old buddy, and it's always, we communicate because we love a lot of the old R&B and a lot of the old music done understated, which is what we like, right?
Yeah, all the great singers too.
Simplified.
Anyway, yeah, it's always a pleasure to come in, see you.
It's almost like the East Coast back here on the West Coast.
Back
And
in
say hi to Bruce and the gang, and I just saw little Stevie. By the way, I was telling you that, the first time that I met little Steven, he came in the store and everybody was calling him Miami Steve. And I grew up in Miami, so I figured I'm going to have a nice conversation with this guy about Miami. And anyhow, I said, Miami Steve, so where did you go in Miami? And he said, well, I was only down there one time on vacation, and they coined me Miami Steve. So that's what happens in a band, right? You get coined different
Like,
names.
He came back and it's like freezing cold and he's wearing this Hawaiian print T-shirt. So from that day forward, he was Miami Steve.
All right. And it's always a great thing to see you in here. Nice bringing in the boy, and I hope to see a lot more. The Tallent twins over here, Garry and Isaac, right here at Norm's Rare Guitars.
Thanks, Norm.
Thanks, Norm.
My man. Thanks, brother. Always good to see you.
Yeah.